Hello and welcome to this introduction to beamsuite. beamsuite is a new application for designing immersive projection systems and is available from beamsuite.xyz, link below. In the first part of this video, I will show the main features of beamsuite. In the second part, I'll show you some extra detail of how to get started with beamsuite and how to export your designs to 3D formats. Here I have a design I've already made, a simple 3-channel cylinder. beamsuite has two navigation modes, orbit and fly. The default is orbit. In this mode, I can hold right-click to rotate the scene. If I hold the control button, then I can pan the camera. The scroll wheel zooms in and out. If I click this button up here, I can switch the navigation to fly mode. In this mode, I can hold right-click to rotate the camera on the spot. I can also use WASD QE to fly around the scene in first person. To select objects, I can either left-click on them in the 3D view or in the hierarchy panel. When we select an object, we see its properties in a new panel. In the case of projectors, we can hold down Shift to select more than one at a time. The Projector Properties panel allows us to edit everything from the projector pose to the projector and lens model, as well as edit the lens properties like shift and zoom, signal resolution, and projected image settings. Mirrors are also supported. The Screen Properties panel allows us to edit the screen shape and dimensions, gain, material properties, and geometry resolution. Currently, we can choose from flat, cylindrical, spherical, conical, and cave screen types. In the next version of beamsuite, we will add the ability to import custom 3D models as screen surfaces, but they could also be used for obstacles and custom projector 3D models. Next, we have the eye point properties. Here I can jump to the eye point to see the design from its point of view. I can toggle the grid on and off, and I can zoom the camera by scrolling with the mouse. I can also save the eye point view either as an equirectangular image or as an EyeTOF projection. Finally, we have the Design Wizard properties. In fact, I designed this projection system with the Design Wizard. The Design Wizard lets you rapidly iterate designs that use flat and cylindrical screens. The Design Wizard allows you to input your screen dimensions and project a model, and automatically positions the projectors to fit the projected images to the screen. In this example, I have a 180-degree screen with 3 projectors, but if you suddenly want to increase the angle to 250 degrees, normally you would have to manually position all the projectors. Now, the Design Wizard can take care of it for us. Now that we have a 250-degree screen, we can see that our 3 projectors are no longer covering the entire screen. The Design Wizard allows us to simply add more projectors to get the required coverage. The edge projectors are also now shadowing each other. We can shift the projectors up to near their maximum shift, but it's not enough. We need to move the projectors even higher. To do this, we can use the Nudge Values section of the Design Wizard panel. We can adjust the projector height to the point they are no longer shadowing, and then also pitch the projectors down to cover the lower parts of the screen again. We can also nudge the projector shift and zoom if needed. The Design Wizard also allows us to use portrait orientation and even to stack the projectors if needed. I hope you can see how powerful the Design Wizard is and how much time it can save. Lastly, we have the Analysis panel. Using Analysis, we can analyze the expected resolution and luminance we will get in the real projection system. With Analysis active, our screen shows a heat map of expected values. The Analysis panel shows the heat map legend. In the resolution mode, we can choose which eye point we calculate values for. If no eye point is selected, then the world origin is used. We can also analyze the luminance, and we can choose to either stack or blend the projectors. We can continue adjusting the object's properties and eye point position for instant real-time analysis feedback. Now, when you first open beamsuite, you will see the license window. You can either enter a license or begin using the trial mode. The trial mode has all features but disables save and export functions and only runs for a set period of time before you have to close the application. If you do need to reopen the license window, you can find it in the Help menu. The first thing you need to do before making a design is to make a projector definition. To do this, go to Tools, Projector Definer. This opens the Projector Definer panel. In this panel, you should put all the properties of the real projector you want to use, including dimensions, brightness, lens properties such as throw ratio and lens shift limits. Then you must save it to the Projector Definitions folder inside the beamsuite program files. In the future, it will be possible to select a custom location for definitions, for example a network drive or cloud sync storage, for sharing your definitions between multiple users. Once you've saved your projected definition, it will be available in the drop-down in the projector and the Design Wizard panel. If you're editing an existing definition, you may need to swap your projectors to a different definition and back again to apply the update, or alternatively save the design, restart beamsuite, and then load the design. This workaround will be fixed in a future version. Once you are happy with your design, you can export it to 3D formats. Currently supported formats are OBJ and SketchUp. You may want to tweak the material parameters depending on the application you import the models into. For example, when opening the OBJ in Blender, I find the light paths look better if I make the material two-sided. Finally, there is this menu button up here under Help, Report a Bug. We do our best to ensure there are no bugs present when releasing a new version of beamsuite, but we cannot test every possible scenario. If you encounter a bug, then please use this button, which will take you to our website where you can submit a bug report. You can also email support@beamsuite.xyz with any questions you might have. Make sure to subscribe for future updates, including new features such as importing custom 3D models. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy using beamsuite.